Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's it going? Welcome to this week's Me and Banjo's tarot card reading and drawing. How's it going? It is around it's a little bit before 7 p.m. So I guess this video is going to be a little bit late today, but you know, I said to myself, might as well not even worry about this video production process tomorrow. So, and tomorrow being what, Sunday, Mother's Day. So, happy Mother's Day, and thank you for watching Tarot Card Puppy Banjos and I's tarot card reading video. I appreciate y'all not being too harsh in your criticism for not having a tarot card video last week. But here I am back in the corner of my room, and it's a little bit better. I'll tell you what. So anyway, Banjo, he's got his little peanut butter in his bone area over there, so you might hear him snacking on that. He's so cute. But yeah, got the Crow Tarot today. I was thinking about doing the Dog Tarot, but I don't want to. So we got the Crow Tarot. That's what we're gonna do today. This evening. So if the lighting gets a little bit worse, I might have to pause the video and situate this light situation. Anyway, first thing I wanted to talk about, to have a little small talk, a little chit chat before we get into the tarot card reading, was smudging. I have recently gained some experience with smudging. So my sister Kimmy, she had some smudge sticks at her house for the longest time, and I don't think she used them, so she gave me her incense and her smudging stuff. As you see, well, I guess you don't see, but some pieces are falling. And it came in a set. So there was 2 of these. I recently used this one, as you can tell. I think this one is technically the sage. I think this is white sage, is what she said. Anyway, so we got some white sage here. There's 2 of them. There's only one of this, but this is a wooden smudge stick, as opposed to this is a little bit more like, I guess, cloth-like in nature, in texture. So there's this one. It's really cool. It kind of like comes apart and it looks really cool. As you can tell, I used it recently. And there's one of that one, and then there's 2 of these. This one, well, you know what, now that I look closely at it, there's 2 sticks, but I think they might be 2 different ones. One is a little bit more like, I say variegated, but just like dark brown and light brown. This one just looks like kind of more of one color brown. You can't really tell, but you can tell that I've used this. So anyway, 10 out of 10 would recommend. I like the wooden smudge sticks are a lot easier to use, in the sense of the amount of smoke. This white sage over here, oh my gosh, it produces a lot of smoke, and it here's a little piece of it. I just had a little piece of it, and it burned for a long time. It created a lot of smoke. I saged the entire house with just a piece of smaller than this. Every room, even outside in the backyard. My mom, she could still smell it in the backyard. The white sage produces tons of smoke. Okay, it is like serious. If you have serious issues and problems, I would recommend this white sage. it's gonna clear out anything. But if you're a little bit more, you don't want a lot of smoke going on. And the fragrance. This one, a lot of smoke going on, and it smelled like smoke, which I thought was interesting. Um, but if you get more in this little set that Kimmy gave me, you get a little bit more of the wood smudge sticks. Uh, it's the smell is a little bit more not like smoke. There's like a fragrance to the smoke and the smell to these wooden smudge sticks, especially as opposed to this white sage kind of stereotypical smudging stick, right? Which I was shocked about. I was surprised about. So, oh my gosh. But I really liked using the white sage smudge stick. There's nothing wrong with it. I feel like, it's fine. It's just a lot different. The smoke's a little bit more, I guess, heavy. If you're a little bit wary about smoke inhalation and just, I guess, smoke in general, I might want to stay clear of this white sage specifically kind of cloth, but it just has sticks to it and stuff. And again, I just burned a little piece, and it was enough for this whole house, and backyard. So anyway, I just wanted to have a little smudging chit chat. So if there's anything you want to add, if you have a smudging process, for me, when I smudge, I just kind of go with like emotions and feelings, I guess cups. If I happen to be a feeling of accomplishment, a feeling of connectedness is usually when I break out the smudging sticks and stuff like that. But if you have any recommendations, experiences with your smudging process, by all means, feel free to share. So anyway, I'm gonna take the last little sip of coffee of the day and go ahead and start this video. This reading. 1 second. Okay, one more thing. Just for a little small talk here. I still have my presidential election sticker that I voted. I have these little stars. Here's this one. I get painted one for Kimmy and one for Indy. Just little decorations. This one happens to be like a face, kind of like a bird face kind of situation going on. But I have more. I'm almost done with. I have to show you my mom's painting. But anyway, I kind of want to get some glue and kind of put this little sticker on there. Wouldn't that be nice? I figured it wouldn't stay with just paint. I have to get like super glue or something. When you're an artist, you need to add all these supplies and stuff. But anyway, I have a painting right here. So yeah, here's I almost done. Just need to, after I do this tarot card video, I'm going to be finishing this painting. But it's a butterfly and also a beach, if you can't tell. And also eyes. The navy's kind of like meditative eyes. Meditative kind of, I don't know, crown chakra, 7th chakra going on. All I need to do is just add a little bit of glitter. And then I got the back here. It reminds me of one of those like blankets, like a Mexican kind of blanket pattern. And I was just gonna put navy to match the eyes. So yeah, that is my Mother's Day gift, and I think she'll love it. So anyway, it's getting a little dark. I hope you don't really mind. I don't really mind, but you might mind, so I apologize. But I'm gonna leave it for now. And like I said, if it shouldn't be getting dark until like after 8. So got an hour. I don't think it'll take me an hour to do all this, so we'll see. Anyway, so yeah, we got a smudging theme. We got a And if you haven't noticed, with kind of like these crystals or stones, rocks, geodes, and with the smudging and with the tarot, um, I feel like a lot of this stuff is like um, very much subjective. You maybe there's like a right and wrong way to do things, and if there is, by all means, let us know in the comments below. And I won't be able to read these comments, but one day I will. Okay, I look forward to reading everything that y'all have to say and responding. I can't wait to respond to some comments. I'm ready. But anyway, if there is if you feel like there is a right and wrong way, you don't want anybody to have bad luck or anything like that, by all means, share of what is appropriate and what's not. But what I was saying is, I feel like a lot of these things, like nobody else in my family is really like. I mean, my sister Kim is the one who gave me this incense stuff, but other than her giving the actual smudging sticks, there's no like advice or instructions, do's and don'ts, how to. So I just feel with a lot of these things, especially with kind of like spirituality and stuff like that, there's really no right or wrong, and especially considering like each individual and their history and past experiences and their unique self. It's just kind of like sometimes it's nice to just kind of listen to your inner voice and your inner kind of workings as guidance for like all of this stuff. You know? Even though I just gave you some examples, but it was really just to be helpful, not to be restricting in any way, shape, or form. But anyway, with that being said, we have a smudging Mother's Day kind of theme this week. So yeah, guess we'll go ahead and get started. I'm leaning towards the horseshoe. That's 7-card spread with 2 influences, 1 hidden influence and 1 outside influence. I don't see why not. And as you know, hidden can be something positive or negative. Some things you want hidden, and some things maybe shouldn't be hidden. Stuff like that. But I do like the influences, and I'm leaning towards the 7-card spread. In the middle of the influences is the obstacle, and obviously the obstacle can be an actual obstacle, something that we have to think about and plan for and observe in our life experience, or it could be something that's like empowering and helpful. In sort of a negative feedback loop type of way. If you don't want something to happen, then maybe you're the obstacle, and maybe that thing won't happen. There's a lot of ways to look at things. So, and as your tarot card reader, I try to stay positive, but I try to stay positive. But we'll see. We'll see what the cards say this weekend. Tarot card for his Benjamin is laying down. He has not touched this peanut butter. I always called him Dr. Banjo with his peanut butter, because he would lick the peanut butter, and then he would lick his paws like a cat. You know how cats clean themselves? He would do that, but he would like lick the peanut butter and then lick his paws. But he hasn't done that yet. Okay, so obviously I would, this is a moment in time, I would ask y'all to shuffle the deck, do whatever you want with the deck. It sounded a little bit more weird than I had hoped. But anyway, but being as this is set up, gonna go ahead and just kind of thin to in and deal out the cards. I might as well just flip one over because, oh no! I should have smudged before. We have the Devil card and the Devil upright. Not good. We got some seriously negative vibes and energy going on here. I'm just seeing what the element is really quick. 15. Earth, a pentacle element. Addiction, bondage, temptation, and violence. Yeah, so we have a lot of evil stuff going on. I say evil stuff. We have a lot of negative energy, and a negative energy that's like I would say personal. It's something that like a kind of inescapable, I guess, right? Kind of like this little songbird right here, which represents purity. We have this kind of like inescapable type of really negative energy. And when I say negative energy, always with the Devil card, you have to be very aware. Do not judge a book by its cover. Would probably be the main thing with this Devil card. Any sort of weaknesses, any sort of off your game, any sort of taking advantage is present, unfortunately. This smudging Mother's Day, but maybe it has nothing to do with Mother's Day, and maybe we could just separate it from that. Because I've had me and my family's had plans for Mother's Day for like, we've had this plans for like a week at minimum, probably more than a week. So, you know, maybe we can just separate this from Mother's Day altogether. With that being said, and I feel a lot better about it, especially with the smudging. We'll just have it a smudging theme. This Devil card, yeah, is you really have to pay attention and be aware, and violence, bondage, addiction, upright and in reverse is a little bit less glamorous, a little bit less what is it? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So yeah, this upright Devil card, I like that. This upright Devil card is probably don't judge a book by its cover, negative energy. This reversed Devil card is a fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Type of negative energy going on. But today we have it upright. But I just kind of want to explain that just in case we get cards and some of them are upright, some of them are reversed, and you're at home or wherever you are trying to decipher and read these cards along with me. So yeah, a very negative energy, very kind of serious energy. But I think something that can be, it seems inescapable, but it might just be something that's like if you're really strong in like who you are. I don't mean necessarily like you're happy all the time or anything like that. Like I said, don't judge a book by its cover, and being able to handle the spectrum of human emotions is quite strong, and arguably something maybe the Devil can't do. But yeah, this violence, addiction, and bondage is just something to be aware of, and something we got some really negative just energy around us right now. So let's get into the spread, and yeah. Alright, so the past we have the reversed Four of Wands. This is a very interesting card, right? There's a lot of decoration, kind of a lot of pomp and circumstance going on here. Um, we have this kind of like gold fountain and this really pretty roses and stuff like that. And upright, this is a really positive card. Reversed, it's a negative card. Upright is about celebration, especially with family and close friends. Reversed is the opposite. I'm going to go ahead and read what the reverse is. I haven't gotten the reversed for once in a while. Oh, well, this is very interesting. Okay, so the past is very similar, I would say, to a cups card. But this is, and also the death card. But this reversed Four of Wands, fire element, even though there is a fountain, so obviously there's going to be some sort of emotions going on, is a breakdown in the home life or relationship. When I say breakdown, that sounds a bit kind of sudden, a bit kind of, I don't know, um, this plus this equals this, kind of a sequence of events. It might be a little bit not so simple, right? Um, not so a finite and definite, this sort of breakdown situation in the home life or relationship. So it's kind of a cups, kind of pentacle situation going on. The home life being the pentacle and the relationship being the cups. So we have that all with the fire, which is spirituality, travel, and action, ideas, the spark of an idea. Um, this is a kind of a breakdown in the home life, or maybe that can personify structure, um, whatever that means to you, and or relationship, which could be with yourself, which I think would be like a rose quartz type of vibes going on as far as geodes and rocks and stuff. Um, and this is preventing any sort of necessary growth to move on to the next stage, the next chapter of your life. So we had a kind of a tough past here. Something is if something is has happened in the past that was not very pleasant. Um, but if you're going through something unpleasant or something unpleasant is happening, again, the breakdown can be a bit positive. Maybe, like I said, like a negative type of feedback loop. Maybe this breakdown and maybe an unhealthy structure in relationship is something positive that's happened in the past. So this card can also mean that too. So presently we have the reverse lovers card. Again, this is not good. The lovers card is very much about commitment. At bare minimum, at the entrance, at the front door of this lovers card is something as permanent and what is it called? Binding as a tattoo, a commitment. You have the very beginning of this lover's card is a lifelong commitment, and that's just to start with. So to have this card reversed is not so good. It again maybe has to do with this negative energy with this double card here. And again, like I said, being able to handle the spectrum of human emotion is quite strong. So this kind of negative stuff here, it could just be a journey of being surrounded by this inescapable kind of negative energy that the devil card does bring. Um, just means maybe these reverse cards. At first glance, reversed is not so good, but considering this devil card here is probably not the worst. We have this reverse card. I like this card reversed. It looks like maybe like two eyes and kind of like the mind's eye. And yeah, I guess the neck. There's like a snake there too. And this is quite a pleasant card upright. The two birds and stuff connected. And so the Lover's card is water, I believe. And very much about commitment. It could be in a business commitment, but most likely and more often than not, it's a romantic type of commitment. So presently we have this Lover's card. So as far as binding, there's and again, I'm going to take this reversed. It's a very positive meaning of the card, which is contrary to the usual meaning of the reverse Lover's card. But again, considering the spread that we have, this is why I think it's a glass half full today. This Lover's card is about the connection that you have with your soulmate and your significant other. And for some reason being tested, and maybe not so much tested, but that's where you go to, and you're in this together. So yeah, we have this kind of binding and commitment with this reverse Lover's card, and then versus this bondage and violence and addiction of this upright devil card. So yeah, we've got a lot of major Arcana deck cards going on. I would say our past was very important. I would say that if you're second guessing anything about your past, I would say that this spread is probably telling you or signifying that sometimes there are unpleasant emotions, but you have probably made and reacted in the best possible way, given the situation you're in. And presently, despite its reversed position, this Lover's card I think is extremely positive and really great. And I don't want to say lucky, but yeah, just really a great card to get, especially considering this devil card. Things can be tested, but as far as you and your partner and your significant other and your soulmate, and that type of commitment, I think is really great, and it is probably scary for this devil card here. So yeah, let's see what the hidden influence is. The hidden influence is the reversed Hermit card. This is great. Like a earth element, and again, the reversed for the most part would probably be kind of the negative meaning to the card, but considering our spread today, I'm going to group it with all the other reverse cards we have, which are quite positive cards. With the reversed Hermit, we have inner peace, inner guidance, inner knowledge and wisdom. The Hermit, whether it's the Crow Tarot or something else, is usually associated with some sort of light, illumination, knowledge. So yeah, we have our hidden influence is a very meditative type of quality, of which I guess automatically puts you at a higher state than obviously this devil card. So this is great, and it's really great that it's hidden. This is probably a great example to say this hidden influence is a positive, because this is probably something that you want hidden, especially with this devil card and all this negative energy present. So very strong looking spread this week. So that's good. Let's see what our obstacle is. The Page of Swords. Well, this is very interesting. Y'all know me. My first inclination is not to like the pages, just because to me the pages represent an allowing of irresponsibility, to the extent of there's power and authority and abuse of that power and authority, and not facing any consequences of that abuse of said power and authority. That goes with whichever suit. So we have swords here, so that's intellect, communication, logic, reason, and thinking, and it is the one suit that is like a weapon, like a sword. But the upright Page of Swords, and again, don't judge a book by its cover. So this is our first upright card, and it is our obstacle spot. So it is interesting as far as this Devil card goes. Maybe working through this Page of Swords, I don't know. Probably would be a good modus operandi for this upright Devil card. But this Page of Swords here, you see this crow. Trying to be pleasant about it. The upright meaning is this crow is carrying the sword through an energy storm, and again, the swords is air, mental, and all that stuff. So as far as this being the obstacle, I would say it would be hard to say that this is I don't know. Again, as far as like with these two cards, we have this a bondage and violence and addiction kind of binding to versus this a commitment and connection and a lot like for life and in the hereafter, and destiny and fate, type of protagonist antagonist going on. And I think with here we have this this energy storm versus this place of knowledge and illumination and connection, right? You see this tree is so pretty and all that. So I would say these two cards are probably versus each other. This is probably the protagonist and antagonist. So yeah, this Page of Swords, just an energy storm, a crow carrying, he's got the some feathers and stuff. So I'm inclined to say this upright Page of Swords in the obstacle position is kind of maybe again our obstacle. Maybe a person, maybe an event, maybe a social structure. But this Page of Swords is, I guess, a bringer of news, a communicator, and I would say our obstacle would be probably this. We may be getting some news for some reason that's probably not going to be so pleasant. An energy storm type of somebody telling us something. And that's another thing with the Page of Swords. I don't think it's probably like a two-way conversation. It's probably like a delivering of a message, and that's that. So yeah, our obstacle seems to be the Page of Swords. Let's see what our outside influence is. The reverse Knight of Wands. This is a really great card, and I'm going to for this week's tarot card reading, it seems like we're on a trend of the reverse cards seem to be the positive cards, and the upright cards seem to be the negative cards. With that being said, this outside influence of the Knight of Wands is really great. Very interesting how we have our past card, the Knight of Wands. So this outside influence might be somebody from our past, might not. Might be an observer of our past, might be somehow connected with whatever has happened with our past. And yeah, this Knight of Wands is full of energy, ready at a moment's notice, but never reckless. Um, Full of energy, all of that. And of course, the Knight. So, Knights are all fighters and stuff like that. So, that's good. What is our advice and solution? The reverse Queen of Cups. Well, this is really just great. The Queen obviously has a lot of power and authority, uh, more than the Page of Swords. And the Queen of Sword, or Queen of Cups, I'm sorry, it's just a really great and pleasant card. It reminds me of like at an aquarium or maybe a zoo or something like that. She's just got all these cute little animals and creatures around her. So that's great. You have the moon here, which our lunar selves or shadow selves are can be, for lack of a better word, quite deadly if there's a lot of lingering stuff going on. And yeah, if we take care of our shadow selves, our lunar selves, our subconscious, our being present mind that's there, kind of like this hermit card, right? A witness or something like that. I don't know. I'm thinking of meditation and stuff like that, but this are, you know, that if we don't process emotions, if we try to process emotions, I'm trying to be careful with what I say if you haven't noticed. But our shadow selves and our lunar selves can be, if we ignore our psychology and physiology, it might seem like at the moment there's no repercussions to that, but our lunar selves and shadow selves would probably disagree. And so if there's any type of like shame or embarrassment, and that's probably not dealt with in the best way, our shadow selves and our lunar selves will have to deal with those repercussions. And a lot of the times our shadow selves and lunar selves are, for lack of better word, can get out of control, beyond our control, because of a situation and environments we happen to be in, which is beyond our control. So I don't want to like pinpoint anybody out, but like this maybe kind of like an obsessive compulsive kind of trying to control environment might be a sign or parallel. I'll see y'all in part 2. I see my time is running out on this video.